We are live. This is the NBA rundown. And what do you know, Tyler? Talk about an upset. I'm on time today. You got to love that. And Tyler, yesterday, you weren't able to make it with me because I was running late and blah, blah, blah. So I kind of felt flustered. It wasn't my best show. And the first pick I gave out was the under in the Magic and the Hawks. Watched that one. First quarter, I'm just sitting there like, oh, I should have put more money on it. This was so easy, blah, 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 blah. Then they go on this huge spurt right at the end of the quarter. So then they're on pace to go over. Oh, okay, I'm fine, though. That was a huge spurt. Goes back to where it was trending under. Another huge spurt. Then in the third, I'm thinking, man, I'm going to be okay, though. Long story short, I lose that game. Okay, that's fine. I gave out 3 picks. Still can go 2-1. The second one I gave out, Tyler, was the Milwaukee Bucks plus 5.5 at home against the Minnesota Timberwolves. Tyler, when I turned the game off, it was like 91-74 or something. I'm like, oh, I lost that one too. Right? The other one that I gave out was the Thunder -9. At the time, I turned my TV off and just figured it was an 0-3 night. Game was tied, like going into the fourth quarter. How did I wake up and the Bucks came back from like a 24-point deficit to not only cover that spread, but went outright. And then the Thunder just beat the brakes off the Lakers to end. Ended up being 2-1. I slept through both of them. But needless to say, I'm in a pretty good mood today, although I'm feeling rather fortunate about those. So I didn't watch that much NBA. I thought I was going to get my teeth kicked in. Turned it off early. But I did see some of those earlier games. My guess is you didn't see a lot of last night's.
No. It's going to be the running theme on the show spread. I'm not watching the NBA until the postseason. You ask me this question every day. The same answer you're getting every day is no.
All right. Remind me to skip it tomorrow. But the postseason starts next Tuesday. And one of the reasons I did want to watch that Magic Hawks game is it was, it's a potential postseason preview. And I was actually surprised that Orlando kind of got baited into playing that Hawks faster style. I really felt like if Orlando really clamped them down, they could get stopped so much easier. I know they're at home, but it's a play-in game, so it'd only be one home game. It kind of made me like the Magic a little more in that situation. Now, they were -3 last night, as Clyde says in the chat. What's up, buddy? Yeah, they're not, I don't want to say zero defense. Clyde, they're actually better than they used to be. But, yeah, they just can't get stopped. I was thinking that as well, Clyde, because I've seen the Magic offense look pretty bad. Like, I remember I bet the over against the Clippers, and they just could not do anything. Offense looked pretty good last night. Game was -3 last night. Tyler, after watching that, if they were to run it back, I'll bet you they would line that at 5.5. That was my main takeaway from that game. And I didn't get to see the beautiful Milwaukee comeback. But, boy, you got to be frustrating to blow that 24-point lead if you're Minnesota with how close everything is in the West, because that could be, that could put Minnesota in the play-in tournament. Tyler, okay, I know you didn't watch any games last night, and we talked about it real quick yesterday when we were doing a best ball draft. Michael Malone getting fired? Are the Nuggets crazy?
I don't get what happens in this league anymore. Like, between the trades that
I get it. They just
push us all the way back to when the Timberwolves traded Cat. Like, that trade just kind of came out of the blue. No one really seen it coming. It comes down to money. Right. And then the Luka trade springs on everyone. Out of nowhere. Now we're just firing coaches 4 days before the playoffs basically start.
Isn't that crazy?
It doesn't make sense to me. Like, it's the NBA. It's the best way to explain it anymore.
I mean, it's just so wild. And then, when we get back into these debates, these players are so much better now. I'm like, these players can't even handle getting yelled at. And they always got to run and get coaches fired. Why? Because he holds them accountable for not playing defense. I mean, I have no idea what's going on. And it's like, yeah, okay, so your coach and your GM aren't getting along. So you fire both of them? Shouldn't you just choose one?
Yeah, it
Completely
doesn't make
wild
any
to me.
sense to me.
Yeah, so
Just lines up that now they're going to
anyways,
make
we'll be getting into that. We'll be getting into that a little later tonight, but I just wanted to hear your thoughts one more time because I'm shocked.
It's just stupid. It's plain out stupid.
Like, let's say I'm the interim coach. So what? I have like 3 days to implement the new system.
Yeah, it's dumb. They're going to make some dumb trade in the offseason. Jokic probably ends up leaving in a couple of years.
Yeah, maybe. I mean, yeah, maybe. All right, let's dive into tonight, Tyler, and we're going to skip some of these games. The first one I have written is a skip. So if you have something for it, let me know, but I do not. 76ers minus 2.5 in Washington taking on the Wizards, total 224. Any reason to talk about this?
You can end it right there and go to the next one.
All right, Boston Celtics are plus 7.5. Tyler, I do want to talk. We're not going to have a play here, but let's at least talk about it. So plus 7.5, man, that's a lot here for the Celtics. So did you see what their starting lineup is? That's why I want to talk about it.
Yeah, that's bad.
Do you want to read it off or do you want me to?
You can go for it.
Peyton Pritchard. Who's B. Shearman? Baylor Shearman, huh? Okay, he was their first round pick this year. All right, good chance for him. And so did you see this? To be eligible, Jaylen Brown has to play 20 minutes tonight.
Yeah, so he's going to play 20 minutes and call it a day.
He's going to play 20 minutes, yeah. Sam Hauser and Luke Cornett. Pretty wild all these guys are sitting. And on the Magic side, nobody on the injury report.
If Jaylen Brown drops up, because if they're up, I'd bet the unders.
Yeah.
Oh, take a guess at what they lined his points at.
11.5.
12.5.
Yeah.
So they already know what's coming.
They took his game. They probably took his per 36 and just ramped it down to 20. All right, we're not going to bet this, but let's just say, if you did, would you lay it with the Magic here?
Probably. My only worry, though, is Boston's just going to huck threes. Could probably keep it somewhere.
Yeah, and my worry is the Magic's not that good to be blowing teams out.
Yeah, but I mean, if Jaylen Brown, once he goes out, like his team's going to be so bad.
Yeah. All right. Fair enough. So we'll keep moving. 207 is the total there.
I don't do those.
I would play the under, but that's not going to be one of our plays on the spreadsheet. Hornets are catching 10 against the Raptors, 218.5. Can we skip it?
Skip it.
All right. I did the sheet earlier, Tyler, and I put one on already. And that team's taking money. I feel super square, dude, but this Luka revenge, like, it's Lakers or pass, right?
Yeah, I mean, 4.5. They beat them by the first time, I think about 8, because they covered the spread in the first matchup. You got to think he just goes crazy here. I mean, the fans are going to be cheering for the Lakers.
I think it's going to be even crazier in Dallas, too.
Yeah, the fans are going to be on his side, so they're just going to cheer for the Lakers.
Yeah.
Just bet his triple-double again. Bet his 35-plus, his 40-plus. They probably cover also. Like, what's his triple-double and win? Let's see.
I know it seems square, and, like, you don't need to tune into this show to realize, like, hey, maybe I should bet the Lakers tonight, but don't get cute and bet the Mavericks. If you don't like the play, just stay off it.
Luka triple-double and win is plus 560. Like, I would bet that. Yeah,
I wonder where he's not been getting them lately. Rebounds?
I'll pull up his recent games. I don't think I know last game he didn't have a lot of rebounds or assists, but he had 40 points. So let's see. So he hasn't had a triple-double since he played Brooklyn on March 10th. He's had a couple close ones, like he had a 25, 10, and 8. His recent, this is his last 5, 23, 3, and 5. That's against OKC, and then 37 and 6, 35, 6-6, 19, 8-7, 26-9, 29,
What?
8
How
and
many
9.
points do you need to get close to that? I think I'd rather go for a 40 plus than a triple double.
His 40 plus points is plus 390.
Yeah, I think that's way more likely. I think that's a better value, personally.
Yeah, his shooting percentages have been good recently too. So
yeah, I would ladder those. I'd go 30, 35, and 40. I mean, really, there's not much to say on this game.
Yeah, I mean, it's easy.
Yeah. Lakers are past. I mean, don't get cute and take the Mavericks here. I can see if you're like, you know what, I don't like it. Yeah, I'm not going to bet it. It just seems too easy. That's fine. But don't get cute and take the Mavericks. All right, Tyler. Now we have another play-in preview, though. Right? The Miami Heat and the Chicago Bulls. Although if they do play, it'd be more likely that Miami is the host. Let me double check the standings right now, but I'm pretty sure Miami. No.
The Chicago's ahead of them.
Miami fell to 10th. Yeah. So this could be the exact play-in preview here, Tyler. Heat, Chicago Bulls -2.5. I didn't even pull up the projections before, but for this game, I think they're actually kind of valid. I have this as a great 2.5 Heat win, small to the under, but I'm not betting the under in a Bulls game. What do you think here, man? Do you think the Heat can get it done on the road? I don't know if I like them as road favorites. What do you think?
No, if I was betting this, I would take the Bulls here. I mean, looking at the injury report, maybe you wait for Giddey and Vucevic to be rolled in. Hopefully they're not rolled out on you. I mean, on the other side, looks like Wiggins still a game-time decision. Highsmith game-time decision. Everyone else is pretty healthy on both sides, so I'd lean towards the Bulls.
Yeah, but so I'm definitely going to watch it because these we're going to be referencing this most likely next week when we're doing our games that you're actually going to watch. So I kind of want to get an idea. I felt like watching last night, the Magic and the Hawks, I think that made it a little easier for me. Even if the Magic are laying 5.5, I mean, I don't know. Maybe the Hawks keep it close, but I feel like I have a much better idea on that game and where the line might be. So I agree with you, man. I would take the Bulls at home here if I played it. We'll double back around here. But yeah, that's what I got for this game here. You know what? Let me pull up some of the trends on these two teams. I have a feeling when we pull this up that Miami's going to consistently beat Chicago. So Miami's 9-2. So I'm completely wrong. Okay, so Miami's 9-2 against the spread in their last 11. I should sort that by road. Miami is 1-4 in their last 5 against Chicago. So I was wrong on that. That's why we looked these up. Total's gone under in 5 of Miami's last 7 road games. Chicago 12-5 against the spread over their last 17. So both teams are playing well. And total's gone over 4 of the last 6 times these two teams have played. Okay, yeah, maybe another reason there to take the Chicago Bulls. I'm considering that, Tyler. Let's double back to this one. Trailblazers take on the Jazz. Blazers are pass. I mean, Jazz aren't even close to trying.
Yeah, I totally agree. Blazers are pass.
It's 2 tanking teams. The only reason I brought it up, and I'm going to consider it, I have the Blazers winning by 9. Actually, that's not a huge edge. I got them winning by 9. Okay, that's not big enough an edge. All right, let's move on to the new coach bump, Tyler. And I'm loving it because you heard me. I was listening to some content here earlier today. You know, I got a long commute now. I've got plenty of time to hear everybody's picks. A lot of people think the Sacramento's going to win tonight, Tyler. And I'm just saying, I'm playing this new coach bump, and it's not going to win every time, but it's going to win most of the time. I can't go against the new coach bump here. I'm taking Denver here. I already bet it. What do you think?
I agree with you. I mean, the Kings are off a buzzer beater win too, aren't they?
I don't know if it was no, I don't think it was a buzzer beater. It was
close to a buzzer beater. It's basically a walk-off shot.
No, it was a 10-point win.
Against Detroit?
Yeah. Wasn't it 127, 117?
I swore I seen a highlight where they hit a 3 at the end that put them over, but it could have been something different.
Yeah. And the other thing that we like to fade too, and this is way less strong than the new coach bump, but the first game home off a road trip. And that's the situation the Kings are in tonight. So I like the Nuggets to turn it around here. I'm laying it with the Nuggets. Some trends on these two teams. Denver 1-6 against the spread over the last 7. No wonder he got fired, right? They weren't covering. Total's gone over in 7 of their last 10 games. Denver's 4-1 straight up in their last 5 against Sacramento. Sacramento 4-1 against the spread in their last 5. However, they're 1-4 against the spread in their last 5 games at home, which shows that they ran. Did I die? Okay, I'm still here. They ran up that number on this surprisingly good road trip, which is something as a Kings fan I'm not used to. Also, total's gone over 4 of the last 5 times these teams have played in Sacramento. All right. Anything else for that one, Tyler? Do we do Jokic triple-double and win? Or
It's only plus 160, so.
Man, don't even bother then.
Yeah, I really don't want to mess with that.
Well, I guess that gets you from minus 193 to plus 160. That's not that bad.
It's not terrible.
Yeah. All right. This is we might be throwing away the rest of these. Spurs are plus 17.5 in Golden State. Any interest?
Not throw it away.
Yeah. All right.
I mean, if I had any interest, it'd probably be the Spurs, but I just feel like that's a bad idea.
Yeah, and we talked about it earlier. At this point of the year, the projections are going to tell me to take every single underdog, especially when they're 17.5. So that doesn't help, right? Like if I just know it's going to tell me to take every single spread above 15, then it's not really a good predictive model. It's kind of showing some of the flaws of the way I do my system. Okay. Let's move to Oklahoma City, though, because when I filled out the projection sheet a couple hours ago, this game was out to minus 10. So what's happened? Oh, Shea's sitting. Okay. So no Dort, no Shea, no Hartenstein, and no Case and Wallace tonight. Thunder starting Caruso, Isaiah Joe, Jalen Williams. 2 Jalen Williams. Both Jalen Williams starting. That should be fun. And Chet Holmgren here. Phoenix is missing Durant and Richards. 7.5 at plus 7 now at home. They were plus 10 before those people were ruled out. Any interest here?
I mean, Oklahoma City probably still smokes them. Phoenix without KD.
Yeah, I would like to take Phoenix if I didn't think that they had already quit. Right?
Yeah, they're done. Like they've quit.
Yeah. So, and I was really surprised a couple of weeks ago when we were on the show. I did not think that we were going to get that from that team. Is that a bee or just a big ass fly? Tyler, one thing about being in the country, these flies are huge. Do you guys have huge flies out there?
Not really.
Dude, these things are monsters. All right, final game of the night. The Houston Rockets are now plus 8, taking on the Clippers. Totals 219. Let's head to the injury report. No Şengün, no Jabari Smith. Well, game time decision on all 3. But this line's telling me they're out. Do they deserve to be catching 8 in Los Angeles? Does that make a lot of sense to you?
I would probably lean taking Houston here.
Same here. I don't
even
know
with the guys out.
Yeah, it's still pretty good. You still got Amen, Jalen, Dylan, Tari Eason. And,
if Şengün misses, Steven Adams can match up with Zubac well.
Yeah. So, yeah. Yeah, they run a small ball team, but I don't think that I don't think that they'll use that much.
I think they'll be fine. I would take the plus 8.
Yeah, we'll have to decide if we want to make that official. It's definitely pass. You know what's keeping me off, Tyler? Over the last, like when Kawhi's in the lineup, the Clippers have like the 3rd best net rating in the league.
Yeah, they've been very good.
They're going to however, I think he's out tonight. Or was that last night? Am I getting these mixed up?
Yeah, he's in the lineup.
Oh, he sat last night, huh? That makes sense. What? How come I don't see this on my? Oh, it's because I hit that. Okay. All right. So we're considering Houston +8 and the Bulls +2. I already bet the Nuggets and the Kings. Tyler will be back tomorrow. Will I be here early on time? I'll talk to you afterwards if we want to go a little early. But that's it for us. Clyde, thanks for hanging out in the chat with us. Remember, the channel's nukethehouse.com. On Nuke the House, they're consistently winning, consistently live betting, and consistently putting out solid content, such as this show here today. The next show we got coming up is what? The UFC show tomorrow night?
I believe so, yeah.
Yeah, it's either NASCAR or UFC tomorrow night. Anyways, you'll subscribe to the channel and you'll get notified. We'll be back tomorrow. Nuke the House.